Hello guys, the ModelRR3102 here, back again in the layout. I'd just like to do a couple of updates and on locomotive roster updates and what I've all sold and still needing to sell, and some projects that are going to be lined up for the next 6 to 12 months. So let's get started. So I was just at the Strawberry Fest train show at the Waupaca Recreation Center in Waupaca, Wisconsin. Not this past weekend, but the weekend before, the 17th and 18th of June. It was the 3-mile train show, and this is a fundraiser event for the Waupaca Area Model Railroaders Club, which is the club I belong to. And one of the things that we do every year is either the club and the club members itself will have some stuff to sell, and I sold some items this year. I think it took in like 9 or 10 items to the show, and out of those items I did not sell 2 of them. Now I'll show you the 2 items I did not sell. But first, if anybody is still interested in this is a lifelike Proto 2000 GP18 frame and chassis. Includes the original lighting package, the 8-diode lighting package, I think that's what it's called, I don't know. And the light board, motherboard, whatever you want to call it. The only thing that's not original is that it has Katy couplers on it now. I am looking to sell this for about $30, and this locomotive will fit perfectly fine with a GP7, 9, or 18. Do not try to put this on a GP20 shell on this, because that will look stupid. So anyways, $30 for that with Katy couplers. But I do have a couple things I still am selling that I did not get sold at Strawberry Fest. This one is a Wabash caboose, Athearn ready to roll, $14. Athearn metal wheel sets and McHenry knuckle couplers. Like I said, $14. And I still have this TCS Wild Sound decoder, number 1533 Wild 101 KA diesel, second or third version, since it includes the Elko and G prime movers. This is a hardwire or / a 9-pin plug-and-play decoder. You can use this as a hardwire or just as a simple 9-pin plug-and-play decoder. Equipped with a TCS KA2 Keep Alive. This has been never opened, never used. Brand new in its package, $100. I'm going to sell this, and I bought this for I think $105 or so. So I'm going to be taking a couple dollars off on that. So if anybody is interested in those 3 items, you are more than welcome to buy it from me. So I did not buy anything at the store at Strawberry Fest this year, but I don't know if I told you guys this or not, but I did buy this Katy number 205 height gauge. Could have a Katy number 5 on it, and then I can't remember if I told you guys this or not, but I also bought this Athearn ready to roll Norfolk Southern gondola about a couple weeks ago when I was over at JMD Plastics in De Pere, and those are the recently 2 items I have bought. The 7 items I did sell at Strawberry Fest June 17th and 18th, I sold those 7 items for a combined $206, and that has already covered my next pre-order locomotive, which is the Scale Trains SD40-2 in the River Counter line, Norfolk Southern Horsehead Scheme, Admiral Cab, equipped with ESU Loc Sound version 4.0. And that will be my first locomotive equipped with a version 4. Like I said, I sold 7 items at Strawberry Fest. One of them was a Digitrax DH123 PS mobile decoder to a club member. I also sold a Canadian National caboose, Roundhouse caboose, to a club member. A Athearn Ready to Illinois Central caboose, Those had KD couplers on it. Those two couplers. Two cabooses. Yeah, they have KDs. I also sold two boxcars. One of them was a Union Pacific Fruit Express in the orange, and a Santa Fe purplish, I think, Super Chief caboose. Boxcar. They're both boxcars, not cabooses. Boxcars. Santa Fe Super Chief boxcar and a Union Pacific Fruit Express boxcar. Both Athearn ready to rolls, both with KD couplers and Athearn metal wheel sets. And I also sold a Walthers Proto 2000 F7A in the stew with a Digitrax decoder in it for $75. Then I also sold a Lifelike Proto 2000 SD60M that I originally bought at Titletown that I got rid of because of the weird ass gear ratio. So I sold that to Luke Lemon's son. And if some of you guys probably know Luke Lemons, who's famous for building his Sioux line layout between Fond du Lac and Stevens Point, modeled for I think the 1970s. If you're watching this video, please correct me if I have any of that info wrong. But it should be, I think, a Sioux line layout that models between Fond du Lac and Stevens Point. Again, if you're watching this video, please correct me if I have any of that info wrong. Thank you. And like I said, in the next week or so, I should be getting my Scale Trains River Counterline SD40-2. I just paid it off on Friday when I got back from Janesville. So that is cool to get. When I get that locomotive, I will be doing a full review and test of the all-new Scale Trains River Counterline SD40-2. And by the way, if you have not checked out James Wright, aka JLWI 2000's review of the Scale Trains Operator and River Counterline SD40-2s, please check it out ASAP. Because he is the first guy to get his hands on the new Scale Trains SD40-2. And speaking of pre-orders, I got, I think, 5 or so more pre-orders on schedule for the next year. I have once I have that come, that SD40-2, I should have 5 more pre-orders left to come. 2 of them are expected to come no later than August. One of them is the Intermountain ET44AC in the Canadian National. This is the 2015 production version of the GEVO. Then I have a later version GEVO coming from Scale Trains, the 2016 production of the Tier 4s. And both are equipped with ESU Loc Sound decoders. I am assuming the Intermountain GEVOs will be equipped with the Loc Sound Select, and I am going to assume that the Scale Trains version will be equipped with the version 4. Now, I'm not holding my breath, but these are just assumptions right now. If Shane Wilson or Matt Herman can tell me if any of those information is correct on which decoders are being used for the Tier 4s, they are more than welcome to comment on this video. Because I'm just coming from a modeler's perspective. So I also have a Rapido -840CM coming, and I also have a Intermountain SD38-2 that's supposed to come out this winter, although I'm not holding my breath on that. And then I have an Atlas GP40 that was announced in the spring of last year that I'm not expecting until probably the spring of next year. So those are the 5 locomotives I have on pre-order so far. I am expecting to buy a Athearn Genesis SD70 ACE, 1 or 2 of them in the fall. One of them will be the Norfolk Southern barcode locomotive, The other one will also be the KCS Gray SD70 ACE, and those will also get loc sounds. Now, speaking of loc sound decoders, I have a couple locomotives that I have officially decided that will get loc sound decoders right off the bat. Effective this month, all locomotives I have owned or will be owning in the future will get ESC loc sound decoders, select or version 4s. The locomotive I have sent over to Bradley DCC recently is a Athearn Ready to Roll SD45 in the Wisconsin Central Operation Lifesaver. That locomotive is at Bradley DCC right now to get loc sound and LEDs, along with the keep alive and ditch lights front and rear. Also, like I said, I'm planning on getting every locomotive equipped with loc sounds in the future. After that SD45, I have, I think, 5 locomotives on the lineup to get loc sound decoders for the next 6 to 12 months. This Athearn Ready to Roll SD70M-2 will be getting a loc sound select 21-pin decoder in the near future. This locomotive is equipped currently with a TCS WOW 121 decoder, so it has a 21-pin decoder in it. It is a WOW kit that TCS did back in 2016 at Trainfest, and I've just not been happy with how WOW sound decoders perform and program, so I've just decided, you know what, it's going to get a loc sound decoder and LEDs, and probably custom weathering as well. Now, whether this locomotive is up next to get the decoder is beyond my knowledge. I have no idea. I also have a Kato SD38-2 that I'd like to send in after the Athearn Ready to Roll unit. But I also have an intermounted SD40-2W that I'd like to take care of immediately as well. Since that locomotive is since I have one intermounted SD40-2W, that is the only locomotive on the entire roster so far that does not have a sound decoder, but is equipped with a DCC decoder. It is equipped with the Soundtrax mobile decoder, and that I like to get loc sound installed fairly soon, along with get the ditch lights upgraded on that Intermountain unit, since Intermountain does not do a good job with their ditch lights on the SD40-2W models. So that's that, along with this locomotive and the Kato. So that's already 3 locomotives lined up after that Athearn. I also have this Walthers Proto GP60 that is going to get a loc sound as well. Now, this locomotive I bought with a Tsunami decoder in it, but the thing is that the locomotive does not have working rear ditch lights, which is a little bit disappointing because of limitation on the Soundtrax decoder, which go figure with Soundtrax. Lucky for me, I only paid $147 for this locomotive with sound, so I'm not losing out on a crap ton. Since DCC ready models have been going a lot higher than this locomotive as well. But this locomotive will get working ditch lights on the rear, since it has working ditch lights in the front. The rear number boards do not work, so I'm assuming I will not get working front ditch number boards once the loc sound decoder goes in. And like I said, I'll get a loc sound decoder and keep alive as well. What else? I don't remember what I was about to say, but I also have an Intermountain ES44 AC in the Norfolk and Western Heritage Scheme at Intermountain right now for repairs. and to get new handrails since I broke a couple of them just recently on that locomotive. And then, like I said, I am getting both the scale trains and Intermountain ET44 ACs this summer. Once I get those locomotives shipped to me, I will review both of them, and I will do a comparison video between the scale trains ET44 AC in the Canadian National and the Intermountain Canadian National ET44 AC. How it will work, I will have both locomotives side by side and then go down the line and go from there. But it's a little bit early to do that, so because I don't have the models yet. But like I said, I will be getting the scale trains SD40-2 within the next week or so. Once I get that, I will do a full review and testing of it, and then I will get that uploaded and going as well. So anyways, thanks for watching, and we'll see you all next time.